Good morning, Nutrition 430. I want to say thank you, everyone, for getting your work in on time. I'm heading through the discussions and the homeworks over the next few days, and you can expect some feedback on all of those by Thursday afternoon. So keep your eyes peeled for some grades and some feedback, and feel free to let me know if you have any questions. As you can see, I've opened Unit 2 starting today. And Unit 2 is really about carbohydrates. And so if we click in on Unit 2, which is going to be for the next month or so, you can see there are a series of lectures. Now, these lectures go through carbohydrates in a very methodical way, and they are associated with your book and from Khan Academy, and are, just done really well. So as you can see, you have the naming and classification, absolute configuration, epimers and common names, cyclic structures and anomers, disaccharides and polysaccharides, chemical processes, keto-enol tautomerization, intro to cellular respiration, which I posted another one that's a nice little intro to cellular respiration too, but this one does a nice job, focusing on carbohydrates in particular. And then we have glycolysis and gluconeogenesis, a little more on gluconeogenesis and some unique reactions, regulation of glycolysis and gluconeogenesis, and then the pentose phosphate pathway. So each of these is somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes. So my suggestion would be, to watch each of these, maybe one a day, each day over the next few weeks. And just take some good notes on them. You're going to have the ability to be open notebook on the exam. And so a really nice way to study for this exam, especially starting with chapter 3, because we're going into so much depth, is to, really watch these, take some good notes, and then that should prepare you for answering a lot of the exam questions that are a little more straightforward rather than the ones that are, a little more open-ended, like the study guide shows. So if we go back here, you can see there's a discussion as well. And the discussion for chapter 3 and 4 asks you to take a look at diabetes outcomes and an article related to that. So you're going to be using your textbook as well as a review article on diabetes and the best diets for diabetes, just citing both the article and your textbook and talking about, why you think certain diets are helpful or harmful for diabetes. So, and this is type 2 diabetes treatment. So then, if we go back again, you can see exam 1 is not posted yet. I'm going to leave exam 1 open for about a week, and I'm going to give you a good amount of time to take exam 1 as well, just because I want you to be culminating all of the information that you've gained so far in order to answer those questions. Then we have homework. If you click on homework, you can see that this is really kind of an information literacy sort of question. So I want you to use the knowledge that you've gained, but then talk to a Nutrition 200 level student. So we'll say somebody in Nutrition 230, for example, telling him or her the path that whole grain bread, assuming that whole grain bread consists of starch and insoluble fiber, takes, starting with the mouth and ending with ATP production through aerobic metabolism. So we're going to assume that we have just been exercising and we need some energy, and that is where the calories from the starch are going to end up. So that is the homework. And then lastly, I have our little study guide. And so if you click on the chapter 3 and 4 study guide, you can see it's not downloading, and I'll click here. There we go. So the chapter 3 and 4 study guide is really looking at, some of the bigger picture stuff in terms of structure, digestion, absorption, transport, metabolism, and some big questions that cover, fiber and digestible carbs. So as you're watching the lectures, as you can see, there's a lot of lectures and they're pretty dense this time. As you're watching all of those lectures, my suggestion would be to have these study guide questions out and make sure you're able to respond to those study guide questions along the way. So let me know if you have any questions. Feel free to send an email anytime, or schedule an appointment for a phone call or other type of conversation, if you're on campus. And good luck starting in on Unit 2. And as I said, I will get through grading your Unit 1 homework assignments and discussions by Thursday. And I really look forward to seeing how everyone's doing. So have a great day, everyone. And I look forward to reading your stuff this week. Happy Valentine's Day.